The windshield of this car is broken. The ambulance just arrived at the hospital. This volcano is producing a lot of smoke.
I was in an accident because the other man didn't see my car in the intersection.
I drive an ambulance.
Thank you for cleaning my windshield.
All of the cars stopped because there was an accident. There's a lot of smoke coming out of the house.
She's showing her children how to use a seatbelt. The boy has a wound on his knee. She's looking in the mirror to put on her makeup. The paramedics are transporting the man to the hospital.
He's looking at the wound on his daughter's knee. He's using the mirror to shave.
We're paramedics. We'll help you here, then take you to the hospital.
Put on your seatbelt.
A seatbelt. A mirror. A paramedic. An accident. A wound. Smoke. A windshield. An ambulance. I'm bleeding because I cut my face while I was shaving.
Her finger is bleeding. The boy takes medicine that helps him breathe. She can't breathe here. Is he breathing?
Yes, he's breathing. I think he'll be okay.
Are you bleeding?
Yes, I'm bleeding, but I'll be okay. It's only a small wound. Help! I can't swim. Help! I think I might have broken my leg when I fell.
It's okay. We're paramedics and we're going to help you.
We don't need to call an ambulance. He's not bleeding.
Help! He's bleeding!
We don't need to call an ambulance. He's breathing.
Help! He's not breathing! He's helping his wife. She's choking. She's screaming because she's afraid of the snake. He can't breathe because he's choking. They're screaming because they're about to be in an accident.
She's screaming because her stuffed animal just broke.
Help her. She's choking. She can't breathe.
These people are screaming because they're watching a scary movie. She's choking on the smoke.
He's bleeding. He's choking. He's screaming. He's breathing.
You should exit through this door if there's an emergency.
We need help. There's an emergency.
The police help people when there's an emergency.
Hello, what's your emergency?
I was just in a car accident and my son isn't breathing well.
Are you or your son bleeding?
No, no one is bleeding.
An ambulance will arrive soon. Don't worry.
Do you need help?
No, this isn't an emergency.
Do you need help?
Yes, this is an emergency.
The white car collided with a tree. The airplane is about to collide with the wall.
The two bicycles just collided. Their cars collided with each other.
What happened?
While I was driving home from work, I collided with another car.
What happened?
While I was riding home from school, I collided with a tree.
Oranges are on sale today. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to oranges.
She went to the beach for her vacation. Fortunately, the weather was beautiful.
I went to the beach for my vacation. Unfortunately, it rained while I was there.
He was in an accident. Fortunately, he was wearing a seatbelt.
I was in an accident. Fortunately, everyone is okay. Unfortunately, my car was badly damaged.
It's unfortunate that your windshield broke during the accident.
It's unfortunate that you have to go to New York. I'll miss you.
It's fortunate that the ambulance arrived already. He needed to go to the hospital.
We're fortunate that it didn't rain today. We wouldn't have been able to play golf. It's that you failed your exam because you didn't have time to study. It's unfortunate that you failed your exam because you didn't have time to study. I choked during lunch yesterday. My father helped me. I choked during lunch yesterday. Fortunately, my father helped me.
The weather was beautiful during our soccer game. We lost. The weather was beautiful during our soccer game. Unfortunately, we lost.
I'm that I have friends to study with. If I didn't, school wouldn't be fun. I'm fortunate that I have friends to study with. If I didn't, school wouldn't be fun.
She was already at the restaurant when she realized that she didn't have her glasses. He realized that the chicken was burned when he saw the smoke in the kitchen.
I was already outside when I realized that I didn't have my keys.
When she realized that her skirt was torn, she was embarrassed.
I just realized that we're out of eggs. Will you go buy some more?
He was already at work when he realized that his socks were different colors. They didn't realize that they needed gas until it was too late.
She forgot her keys on the table. Fortunately, she realized it before she locked the door. He forgot his keys in the car. Fortunately, he realized it before he locked the car.
If I hadn't worn my helmet, I would have hurt my head.
If he hadn't brought his dog to work, everyone would be working.
If I had studied for my exam, I would have passed it.
If the tomatoes had been ripe instead of rotten, I would have made a sauce for pasta. But since the tomatoes were rotten, I made a salad with vegetables instead.
If the weather had been good last week, we would have gone swimming in the lake. But since the weather was bad, we watched movies instead.
If the milk been fresh, he would have drunk it. If the milk had been fresh, he would have drunk it. If they collided with each other, she would have been on time for her date. If they hadn't collided with each other, she would have been on time for her date.
If I hadn't, in the mirror, I wouldn't have realized that I was bleeding. If I hadn't looked in the mirror, I wouldn't have realized that I was bleeding.
What's the matter?
My son isn't breathing well.
Let's pull him out of the car.
He's choking. Was he eating something? It was a carrot.
What happened?
We were driving when I saw a car coming toward us, and I had to turn so that he wouldn't collide with us. Unfortunately, I collided with a tree. I was okay, but I realized that my son wasn't breathing well. Fortunately, the paramedics arrived 5 minutes later.